everybody. I'm going to put up a banner at the bottom as a simple little reminder. As you guys come in, please consider hitting that thumbs up to show that you guys like this content. This show is called Beard Advice Live. My name's Dan. This is the Mayor. Mayor, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, Dan. Thank you for asking. We here on Beard Advice Live, we embrace all the different types of beards, whether you have the giant beard or the more geometric shaped beard of mine, and everywhere in between, scruff, whatever, we're here. And all you have to do to be a part of the show is send in like a photo of the front of your beard or your scruff or your whatever. Well, not your whatever. Like, we're pretty much on beards, right? Like, yeah, not what, like, be careful with that. But to beardadvicelive@gmail.com and just tell us what questions you're wondering about. And we usually within the same week, we will have you on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, 125 weeks in a row. Usually I would say on the average of around 10 entries a week. So we're talking in the thousands of beards that we've helped directly. The amount indirectly, crazy to think about. Absolutely crazy. So thank you guys for being here. Outside of that, we do have a couple of traditions on this show that we've been doing for years. A little bit of a treat yourself. We know that it's not the best things in the world, but you gotta have life in moderation. Gotta have a little bit of fun. Mayor, what do we do?
We have a pop or a soda, what have you. Tonight we're going with Code Red. We typically do the standard day-to-day is the regular Mountain Dew, but I saw that there were two Code Reds. Like, again, still one lane Speedway. Why is there one lane for Code Red? There were two in there though. One was laying down the back. I thought I was gonna have to do something different. And we also have like a meat snack, like a beef jerky or a hunter's sausage or something like that.
Yep. And today is the Mingy Original. This is a really good combo. Anybody that likes pop and likes jerky, these two go together really well. This is super salty, and it matches well with that pop. The cherry gives it a nice little burst. And so on this show, you guys, we want you to make sure that you understand that this is a supportive show. We know it takes a lot of vulnerability to put yourself out there and say, this is what I have going on, tell me how to fix it. Or some people would view it as, tell me what's wrong. And we always deliver it with a positive message. But we also take pride in being real. We're not gonna say that if you have something that you acknowledge as an issue, we're not gonna be like, oh, it's not there if we actually see it. We'll acknowledge it, we'll give you advice. We want you to keep this beard as long as possible. We think that it's good for your confidence. We think that it's good for your overall health when you start taking care of your beard. So we give you that real advice. And when I say we, as always, I mean myself, the mayor, and the chat. We want you guys chipping in with your advice, giving your feedback, but again, from the lens of a supportive angle. Tonight's show is not the biggest of all time. We've had like weeks and weeks and weeks of massive shows, and it's been packed. Tonight is a good, solid middle of the road. We're not like super low on entries, but it's not like a super fast pace. So we'll be able to spend some good amount of time. And one of my favorite features that we've really grown just naturally through you guys is that halftime we do a question segment. Any questions you guys have, you'll put those in the chat. If we see it early, I'll star them and then we'll revisit them. And then if not, you'll put them in the chat in live time at halftime. And oftentimes, you guys, those lead to video creation ideas. I hear your question, maybe I hear it twice, maybe I hear it 3 times. I'm like, all right, that's enough for a video. And then it creates a video. So again, just something to consider if you're wondering about something, if you've observed something, this is a good place to put it out there. And a lot of you message me. A lot of you love to give the questions and feedbacks in private. That's awesome. But if you do it here, it has a chance to help out more people. So just something to consider with that. So yeah, we are very, very excited to go through. And Ron gives an example here. He said, for example, can I grow a Viking style beard? They will give you a no kidding answer. Absolutely. That 100% true. If you're gonna ask us that, we're gonna tell you the truth. Yep, no doubt. But then we'll follow it, we'll parlay it with the idea that we'll parlay it with the idea of what we think would suit you if that's not in the cards. And thank you, True North, man. That was awesome. Yeah, I was putting the boys down to bed like always tonight. And Jack says this worry book that the author actually sent us, Corbett, shout out to him. He's a viewer, subscriber of this channel. And Jack has a lot of anxiety, situational PTSD, all that stuff. And he asked me tonight, he goes, can we read that? I said, of course, man. I started reading it. He stopped me and said, Dad, I don't think I need this anymore. Can you give it to Violet? Violet has no anxiety, but he goes, can you give it to Violet? Kind of like the old brother thing. And then I was like, oh man. And he said, who sent us this? And I said, the author, Corbett did. And he goes, can we leave him a comment? And I was like, oh my God, that was so cool. So we put up a video on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, consider checking it out. Dancy Bearded, Mayor's Beard Journey as well. Both are linked in the description, but really cool parenting moment. Literally spurred by him every single step of it. And it's been shown in his life with school, with sports, and all of that. So it's been really cool to see his growth. And Sam and I were reflecting on it afterwards. Other than just being supportive and being good parents, it was like we just kind of guided him through his journey. It was kind of crazy to see how it just came up, and man, it was awesome.
That's cool, man.
Yep.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the sauce, the parent sauce.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And oh man, that's awesome. Corey says, just came across your channel, just got out of the military, started growing my beard. Thank you for the information. Hey Corey, thank you for your service in the military. Also, we call that a freedom beard. We have a lot of veterans in the chat right now. Chris right here, good friend of mine, he is a veteran. And we called it a freedom beard because oftentimes in the military, you shave every day for as many years as you're enlisted. And usually the last thing you ever want to do after getting out of the military is shave again. So enjoy that freedom beard. We love it. Also another veteran here, many, many years. Lots of people. If you guys are a veteran out there, drop a comment. Let's see how many we have in the chat. I have a feeling it's a pretty good number. Actually, on this show, we did a Veterans Day stream special where we showed off all the veterans before when they were enlisted and had no beard. And then we showed them with their beard currently. Still to this day, one of my most proud segments in shows, man. It was awesome. Yeah, it was really, really awesome. Freedom Beard. Yeah, Corey, I know you just found the channel, but later tonight, if you want to search on YouTube, Dancy Bearded Freedom Beard, I bet even if you just search Freedom Beard, it would show up. I have a whole video on that one. Nicholas, the kids' YouTube channel is going great. They're having a lot of fun with it. The challenge is being able to film without Violet wrecking the entire thing. So we have to find it at certain times.
Sounds like Godzilla kind of effect on things, Violet.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of like nonsensically running through whatever.
We have to remind ourselves that we're really good parents, and the boys are evidence of that. I'm not kidding. Today, Violet's awful. Like, she is awful. She is manipulative. She is mean. She does things on purpose. Like,
and you love her.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah, that's
she's
the problem.
adorable.
That's the manipulative part, right?
But she's, and I'm not saying this facetiously, guys. Violet is awful. And a lot of people are like, it can't be. No, she's awful. Her behavior is atrocious, and the boys never were. So anybody out there that are like, if you have one or two boys like the mayor and you're thinking about another one, don't do it. Stop. Happy to have her.
You may get a Violet.
Man, yeah, you may get a Violet. And today was a really bad day with Violet. At least we had the victory with Jax, but Violet was, man, she was horrible.
I find that even just with two, it's either one or the other. It's like as soon as you're wrapping up something, here comes something else from the other kid.
Yep. What we agreed we never wanted to do again was to stand in line. Yeah, look at all the veterans in here, man. I love it. And yeah, Matthew, you're right. There's a lot of veteran-owned companies out there as well. Veteran-owned, veteran-operated. Yeah, man, it's awesome. So yeah, as everyone's saying in the chat, thank you for your service. Just retired in November. Awesome. Yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome to all those freedom beards out there. And Ray, we're gonna hit your question at the halftime segment of this show. Today's should be a little bit quicker than normal because we don't have a ton of entries. So yeah, keep that in mind. I had a freedom beard for over 40 years. That's really cool. Yeah, really, really cool. Oh, look at this. Wesley said, I just rewatched the first two Beard Advice Lives. Wesley, keep in mind, too, we had two versions of this Wednesday show before Beard Advice Live. He said the mayor just keeps glowing up, been following since summer of 19. I go back and watch the episode from time to time to remember where I was in my life. Interesting.
Wow,
right.
That's cool.
If you sent in, you can kind of go back to that spot in your life.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting. My two daughters were on the. Oh yeah, they're man, absolutely crazy. Yeah, the daughters are. And Mark said my daughter was so much easier than my sons. Oh, hey, More power to you, man. I'm happy to hear that. But my daughter is not in any way, shape, or form. Oh, any way, shape, or form. Steve says we have 3 kids. Girl was first. She was horrible. Had 2 boys after. Dude, that's flip flop of ours in the timeline, but spot on. The boys are so easy, so easy. And Violet doesn't stop, you guys. She has my motor in the worst way possible. It's like I used my motor for good. Violet chose her motor for evil. And like we see little girls sitting and watching tablets and relax. Oh, she just destroys everything. There you go. Look at Matthew says, I agree with the mayor's glow up comment.
Hey,
nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Awesome, guys. Yeah, exactly, Richard. No doubt. So thank you, guys. And yeah, we love to call those Freedom Beard guys. Okay, how's the Lansing Lumberjack? Ron, that's this weekend. A company you enjoy is going to be sponsoring. So yeah, guys, I will be in Lansing, Michigan from like 12 to 5 o'clock on Saturday. And I will be a judge. There's 3 judges of this competition. Myself, the owner of a beard company, and then a world champion, multi-time world champion, Mark Byers. And I'm kind of like the odd man out there, but I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if anybody is at all in the Midwest and wants to go to an event, it's going to be really, really cool. I think there's going to be a lot of people there. It's in a beautiful place. The mayor and I went a couple years ago. And yeah, man, I'm going to be judging. I'm going to be hanging out. They're having a strongman competition as well, like feats of strength. So I think I have to judge that too, which is crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. But hey, I'm up for it. And yeah, hey, thank you, Judd. If you guys don't mind, hit that thumbs up on the way in.
They probably just didn't want you to compete so they made you as a judge.
For the strength, yeah.
No, you gotta be referee or something.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it happened already. No, it's Saturday. Guys, Saturday, 12 to 5, Lansing, Michigan. If you need information, send me a message. It's right outside. I'm assuming the restaurant's still there, but a restaurant called Meats. And they've got like a popcorn. Remember how good that popcorn was?
Oh, absolutely.
They had like the cayenne pepper popcorn and stuff. Woo, so good.
I think cheese popcorn's the best.
It's pretty dang good. Yep. Large calf competition. I might. Watch out. Yeah, I might. Looks like I'll be plowing. I don't think is it going to be that bad? Our buddy Guardian is saying that we're supposed to get hit with a storm Friday night. So, all right. Yeah, I got a truck, so I'm going regardless, but I know you would have to work, so... understandable, but I gotta work Saturday. Guys, come on, Saturday, 12 to 5. I don't want to be alone. Come out and hang out with me. Now, there'll be a lot of friends out there. It's gonna be a good time. I entered Melissa and the Strongman. There you go, Garrett. I still hope you guys can come too, Garrett. That'd be really cool. All right, man. How's that combo hitting?
It's so good. Like, it's been a while. I just, original jumped out of me. Saltiness, the cherry Mountain Dew. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Good. Which Saturday? Nate, this Saturday, like 4 days from now. So it's coming up just in a few days from now. How bad do I want a haircut? Dude, terribly. I don't wear a hat to the gym, so it's borderline embarrassing. It's not too bad right now. I actually just cleaned up around my ears today. I was like, I can't handle hair hanging over my ear. So I just cleaned up around the ear. I don't think that's cheating. But man, I want a haircut real bad. If you guys don't know, I'm getting a haircut next month, or this month. It's March. This month, at the end of this month, from the Beard Brand headquarters. There's going to be a Beard Brand video. We're going to do a Beard Brand live stream. Going to be really cool. Me, Eric Banholtz, Carlos Costa, and then some of the barbers. So I'm growing it out until then. I normally would have had a haircut like 3 weeks ago, but I want it to be as like drastic as possible to like show the difference. So yeah. I gotta get one Thursday morning. Oh, I don't blame you, man. Yeah, I don't blame you. No, Dan. No. Dan's hair is like down to like his butt crack. So I can't do it. Cannot do it here. Dan's going to the great state of Texas. Yeah, I'm excited. Steve and I have been to Dallas, but it wasn't like a real Texas experience. We went from the airport to like a not so nice neighborhood for our Airbnb, and then to the event center, which was people from all around the world. I don't think we heard one accent.
No.
Not one. Nothing there told me, we're in Texas.
It was a city. It was a city.
Yeah, it wasn't really Texas. So we're excited. My family, we're driving down. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna hit every Buc-ee's on the way. Jax is obsessed with Buc-ee's, so it's gonna be fun. I started growing my beard over the 21st. I'm going to see how long my hair can grow before I cut it. Okay, cool. Right. Yeah, I respect it. I just don't, I can't do it myself. I used to rock a mullet, as many of you know, and I loved it. But essentially my goal for the beard brand cut is I'm going to tell them, do whatever you want, whatever you guys think is going to look best. Did you eat the food? We embarrassed to say this, we went down to Texas and we had Chick-fil-A. That was about it.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A and snacks. We didn't have any downtime. It was like work, sleep, go home. It was like packed. Yeah, I'm excited. Carlos Costa, he lives in Europe, and he's going to be here for this trip and is going to be able to meet me and hang out and stuff. So it's going to be really cool, man. Really cool. I'm excited. Yep, really, really excited. Yeah, absolutely. Ready to get this going?
Let us begin.
Let's see it. I know, Jesse. Trust me, man. I'm sorry. I wish that we ate the food. We just didn't have time. It truly was no time.
It was busy.
packed.
It was busy.
Now, as we get to go into this, Mayor, one more time, how did they send into the show to be on next week?
Front-facing picture, side picture of your beard. Quick little email of what your questions are to beardadvicelive@gmail.com, and you'll hear back from us.
Yep. James says, not shaving is the key to growing a beard, right? It's imperative. I don't know how you grow a beard with shaving. So, yeah, that's definitely step one.
There's one step you have to take.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
After that, the choice is yours. Do you want to take care of it? Do you want it to look nice, smell nice, feel nice? But to just simply grow, stop shaving and have DHT in your system that you're sensitive to. Yeah, that definitely makes a big difference. All right, let's go and get this party started, you guys. Little back alley feel tonight. Like, what are these guys up to? Who are they? Yeah, we'll see. You'll see.
Look out. All right, this is Barry G. I just wanted to send in my updated pictures after going to my barber this weekend and get your thoughts about my beard trim. Thank you for the advice, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts.
Awesome. So if you guys remember, Barry G was on last week. He has a wedding coming up. I believe his daughter, if I remember correctly. He has a wedding coming up, and he wanted to get it cut, reshaped, kind of take some transparency off. I gave some advice to his beard was long, and if you guys remember, I talked about that narrowing effect, and I wanted him to take some off so it can give a little bit of body and like volume to it. Let's see how it looks for Mr. Barry G out there. Oh, Barry. Hey, I'll start this one. This is exactly what I was talking about, you guys. Exactly. Tell me how, right? Tell me how taking off 3 to 4 inches of a beard makes it look bigger, fuller, wider. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about when I say these things, you guys. Look at this. Look at this corner here to this corner here. That is way wider than this beard. What happens when your beard gets long is your body and your normal movements in life push it together. When it's not as long, it's able to be out. Where we got rid of the transparency that we see down here. It is a perfect trim. I love the shape. Love the shape. I will take this over this all day. And this is the perfect example of people that set their goals at length. I don't think is doing justice to their beard. We hear so many guys on this stream or in our Facebook group that say, I gotta get to 16 inches for my beard. And you've never heard me say a goal for mine when it comes to length, because I don't think length equals quality. This is a great beard, even better after the trim. Addition by subtraction.
Somehow it just balances better.
Yep.
You can tell you're happier with it. You know how well it looks. And it's all in all a move I'm sure a lot of guys are like, why did I wait so long? Well done.
Yeah.
This is why we do the show.
That's what I was going to lead it with. This is why we do the show. This is the impact of this show. It's, you come here, you want advice, you don't know exactly what you want, and then look at this. That is an epic level beard. And on the surface, nobody would think anything negative of the first one. People would say, wow, that's a great beard, that's a long beard, that's an awesome beard. But just look at the girth. Look at the volume. Guys, that is such an amazing difference. That's why when oftentimes people will say to me, Dan, how long are you going to go? When I get beyond this, I start to lose this width. And I don't like it when it gets down here. It's okay, but I would much rather have it out like this. That's a big plus for me. I want that body. I want that volume. For example, on Saturday, it's going to be cold. It's going to be real cold. I don't want to wear my big poofy winter coat for the fact that my winter coat pushes my beard together. So I'm already planning out my like layers of sweaters that I'm going to wear so I can rock my beard bigger and fuller as a judge of a competition where there's literally going to be beards that surpass mine. And so I want it to at least be as big as possible. So it is awesome, man. Absolutely awesome to see where this goes. And yeah, even the color route, I just love how it took away that transparency and it brought that volume. Man, it looks good. And I agree with Sterling. Got to say the width looked much better. Yep. I really do. I think it looks just really, really nice. Length doesn't matter. Shape and appearance is where it's at. Yep, I agree. Setting beard goal for length doesn't do your beard justice. Should be engraved in a stone. Thank you, Leo. That just kind of popped up. Yeah, I like it. Looks like Dan needs to wear socks and pants. I will have pants on. I will have socks on Saturday. So if you guys see me out there, I will be fully clothed.
That's a Dan C tuxedo these days.
Right. So I've got some big potential business meetings coming up, and Sam's like, "What are you gonna wear?" And I said, "This. Like, this is me. Like, yeah. I'm not putting on a show for anybody." And so that truly is my tuxedo. Pants and socks. If you see me with pants and socks, hey, that is big. Yep, that is big for sure. All right, Dana says, "Hey, Dana Mayer, I didn't have a chance to send in pictures this week. Can you please see if someone tonight has a similar beard as mine? I will do whatever you recommend for him. Check it out. I don't remember off the top of my head, Daniel, but we got 5 more, I believe, to look at here."
All right, this is Chris C. Working on a beard, but would love advice on the mustache control and grooming.
All right, take a look. Here you go, Mayor. Hit this up. What you got?
Well, your mustache is really cool because you got the salt and pepper look. I think your mustache seems very well groomed. I think you're almost breakthrough on a lazy walrus. That would look great if you want to do that. I think that would fit your hair, the glasses too, on the other picture. As far as grooming, your beard looks great. I think you probably use a heat at least as a blow dryer because it's pretty straight, and I think you have a good technique. It's not too straight. So honestly, mustache maybe wants to be a lazy walrus, which would just be kind of like a styled up kind of point, but not to like a handlebar level.
Oh, so lazy walrus, no point. So lazy walrus blends into the beard. Yep. And if you want, there's a real good video on it.
So if there's a point, then it's
there's a couple of different names for it, but usually it's like a casual handlebar or a wingtip mustache is a common one. So yeah, you got a couple of directions you could go with your mustache. I was kind of thinking the same thing. You could do a little wingtip down here and give it a little bit. I personally would love to see you continue to grow that mustache. I feel like there's more in the potential with some body and volume to it, and then definitely blend it into the beard. The cool thing with your mustache is it does have a different color. Yeah, exactly like Jason's saying here. Love how the mustache color flows into the beard. I agree, which I think would make it a really nice handlebar. Now, Brian thinks that he would like to see you with a full handlebar, and that's awesome. Me and Brian left a beautifully eloquent comment on a recent video of mine that essentially said, Dan and I disagree on several preference things, and that's what's awesome. And he's laughing here because we've just talked about this recently. But I could see you pulling off a handlebar mustache if you wanted to. I definitely do. But you're going to have to let these guys grow a lot longer. It looks like there has been some trimming on the mustache, which I understand. But I would say let it go a little bit.
Trace evidence of trimming.
Yeah.
Kate, let it go.
Yeah, for sure. And Chris, it's a kind of a younger style haircut, but I do think it could benefit anyone. I don't want you to go too low. I don't want a bald fade. I don't want anything like that. But I think if you took this portion of your hair down a little bit, I think it would make a really nice effect, especially with the glasses right there. You don't, again, it looks like you got a little bit longer here. Just in this portion, consider going a little bit lower than the rest. I think that could work.
And if you want it to be all about the beard, you could take, shorten up the back, just, along with what Dan suggested, and you would be amazed at what that looks like.
Yeah, for sure. But it looks really good, man. You're doing everything really, really well, Chris. There's not a ton that I think you need to work on with the beard. And we got some good feedback in the chat, you guys. Bill says a high and tight fit, a high and tight would look great. Yeah, I would love to see that little bit of separation between there. It looks good, man. It looks good. Awesome. Let's keep it going. Thanks, Chris.
This is Angel G. I've been growing a beard for like 2 years now, but I cut it a year ago, and since I cut it, it still looks the same, and I never had a patchy beard till now. It just happened randomly.
Okay.
So it sounds like kind of a disappointing result from an attempted trim.
For sure, for sure. And Angel, if you're in the chat, go ahead and drop a comment. Angel has messaged me many times looking for the link and the time and everything, so I hope you found it, Angel. If not, I know you will find it in the future when you rewatch this. And we're gonna come back to this question, comment, statement, and let's take a look here. And we got some things that are displayed. Angel also sent in a lot of pictures. Angel went through them all. I do believe that these are the best ones to show what you're trying to highlight here. So he essentially is saying, I have some patches on my mustache right here. You can kind of see in the middle. He sent another one that shows it as well. He's saying he has some patches missing over here, right? And we can see those. There's definitely something to that. Now, I've been growing for 2 years, but I cut it a year ago, and since the cut, it has not been the same. Okay, couple of things, Angel, that I'll start off with here. Down here, I would bet that you are trimming your neckline. Please, with this length of beard, please stop trimming your neckline. Or if you do trim your neckline, stop going so high. This is like almost right along your jawline. Now, if that is your natural neckline right there, that's your natural jawline, I would highly recommend a much shorter beard. I would recommend something along the lines of a stubble beard or a little bit longer. But when you see all the transparency down here, that's because you have nothing supporting it underneath. And I feel like I see some stubble here that has been trimmed or shaved. So step number one is stop shaving that neckline. That's really big. Step number two, I would recommend going down shorter while the rest grows in better as it goes through. Now, your biggest one here. I've been growing my beard for 2 years. I cut it a year ago. Since I cut it, it looks the same, and it has never looked the same. I've never had a patchy beard till now. It happened randomly. Angel, that is not random. Almost always in that situation, it is stress induced. Almost always. Stress can trigger things like alopecia. Stress can trigger just hair loss and patches. It can trigger grays. All these things are scientifically proven. A lot of people, when I've had people reach out to me about alopecia, and I make sure to say I'm not a doctor. I don't have experience with that. However, if you do some research on your own, you will see the trigger of alopecia of the symptoms is stress. And so I would bet a lot of money that this is stress induced. You can have spots from like an injury or a chemical burn or something like that. But if you're experiencing it in multiple places and you only started to notice it once you cut your beard down, they were there. It was just other hairs were covering them.
Right, yeah.
And when you trimmed those other hairs away, it exposed those patches that were likely stress induced. So keep that in mind. Of course, it can be a change in your diet. It can be a change in your exercise. It could be a change in your water intake, but I would bet a lot that it's stress induced. I really believe that is what it would be. And yeah, Anvil's is another correct one. There are definitely medications that we know for a fact cause hair loss, but your doctor should tell you that. That should be something that is aware and known. That's something that usually is told to you when you get put on those medications. So treat what is causing those. It's nothing that we're going to tell you that is styling, no beard product is going to solve that. We're not going to sell you anything. You got to try lower whatever that new stress is in your life.
I personally would, judging on the third picture, take some length off the very front. The angle, what I would do is take an inch at a time, and then kind of adjust the other parts so that you still have that sharp angle that looks really good, but the front is too long without the support in the back, and it's going to instantly look better if you kind of even that out and then kind of like do it and then Take a little bit, then adjust the sides and keep that angle. Then do a little bit more, adjust the sides. Be aware that those two things are very important. I think, the way you cut it with that angle is really good look, but you can't just take off the bottom and expect it to look right anymore.
For sure, for sure. And as I said earlier, man, I don't think length is an indicator of a good quality beard.
Yeah.
I would much rather see this beard shorter and have some backing to it. And I agree with Jay here. Jay says it's not that bad, though. I agree fully. But I do think the best move, if you're asking for advice, which is why you sent in this show, is to go down shorter. This is one of the very few times I would recommend actually going in with a clipper and using a guard. Using like a 5 or a 6 guard, which is going to give you a hefty, probably about an inch, about a 5 or a 6 guard. And I would go all the way around and go short. And then enjoy that journey back of growing it literally healthier and better than ever. I think so many people underestimate the impact of stress on every aspect of your life. Not just mental, but physical, but your appearance. Stress
Digestion.
is, man, straight up.
Which
Stress
is so
crazy.
important. Digest.
And I think it's a solution. There's a lot of things that I do somebody today, they were like, hey, you were like filming last night till like 11 o'clock. Does Sam get the kids up? I said, no, I actually wake up Violet every morning. I take the boys to school every morning. And she was like, tell me you at least drink coffee. I'm like, you don't watch the channel that much because I've never had a coffee in my life. I don't have a ton of stress in my life though. And I don't have a ton of illnesses and all these things. I really believe because I keep my stress level pretty right here, that it benefits me in all these ways that people are like, how do you do that? How is that possible? So many people hate their job. So many people have so many stressors in their life. If you can cut those out, man, it's gonna benefit your beard and far beyond that. And so if you can take those steps, and I know people are yelling at me right now, Dan, it's easier said than done. It's easy for you to say that. Hey, I agree. Everyone's got their battles though, even when you don't see them. If you're having those problems,
Not me.
consider lowering that stress level. Right? I think it really would make a big difference for sure. For sure. Hey, Erica, thanks for stopping in.
It is. The things that you blow off as not being significant, that really are everything. When you start fixing those and at least addressing and acknowledging them, you immediately feel better. And then you get some momentum and realize like, that was really a bigger problem than I realized.
For sure. We protect ourselves.
Right.
You don't want to acknowledge that something is protection. So, yeah. Angel, man, if you do take our advice, please send back in along your journey. If you go down short, send in. We would love to see that. And then in 2-3 months from now, let us know how that growth is going. I bet you, if you take those active steps to lowering your stress, we'll start to see those spots fill in. And as you grow in and you lower that neckline, that length is going to help cover up those spots. It's all going to help itself. And then think about the vicious cycle, guys. You're like, oh my gosh, stress is causing bad spots on my beard. Now I'm going to stress about the bad spots on my beard.
Now my confidence is lower because I don't like how I look.
And it all just compounds on itself. All right. And as Jay said, it's not that bad, man. There's so many people that would kill to have that kind of beard. Yeah, there really is. And Chad's not even lying here. He said he's so hairy his toes have beards. That's a fact. That this man has testosterone running through his toes. That is true. Yep, the neckline's gonna be really important, Angel. Really, and I can see it right here. This is like right at your jaw. Let that. It's got to go down here, man. You got to let that bad boy go.
And it's gonna be a while to catch up. It's gonna be it's gonna be kind of trimmed that same trim a couple times probably.
Yeah.
To get it to where the neckline is filled out.
Yeah, and Flag said, if I only had the fourth picture to go off, I wouldn't even see a patch. Yeah, lighting angles are unbelievable. If you don't believe me, see any Instagram fitness model in person. That's it. Just lighting and angles change everything. Everything.
They're way more impressive in person.
Far from. Yeah, far from. Far from. We have a few at our gym. They look great and amazing, but they're very good at the lighting. They're very good at the angles. A lot of us beardsmen are. We understand how to make our beard look good.
Not me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's a huge part of it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So yeah, Melissa said absolutely true. It is. It's crazy. And also, like, when you get into that stuff, like, they take the pictures after a good pump, and there's so much to it. All right, guys, drop your questions in the chat. Melissa said she saw something about using a paper towel to pat dry your beard instead of using a towel because it's more sanitary to use. No. Too far on that one. Also, what they don't tell you when you use a paper towel on a wet beard that has like a Brillo pad texture to it, you're gonna be getting particles of that paper towel in your beard. That's gonna make its way back to your pores. That's gonna clog your pores. No. I actually made a video because everyone's like, you gotta have microfiber towels. Does it make that much of a difference? No. You guys know, I love details. I will go into details that nobody else covers, that I get criticized for going way too deep on. There's some things for me personally where I'm like, that's too much. And I actually hate the feel of microfiber towels.
Especially if I haven't put lotion on my hands. Like, just it grabs every little, right? Is that what it does to you?
Yes. I feel like Spider-Man. I hate
With you.
microfiber towels. Hate them. Oh, goodness gracious. Here's a question for you, Mayor.
Yes, we do have the Instagram. Dancy Bearded, that's them, and Mayor's Beard Journey.
Perfect. Thank you, B. Ray wants to know, how do you take care of a stubborn curly hair under the chin? Ray, I actually have an exact video on that topic, believe it or not. So if you type into YouTube, curly beard tangles, Dancy Bearded, I bet you it's going to be the top video that pops up as we go through here. Boom. So if you search that into YouTube, Ray, and you check that one out, that top video is under beard tangles fixed. I also have a video on beard curls, and if you want to get rid of them. So if you type that phrase in, I have literally multiple videos for you, but it does come down to what your actual goals are going to be. When you say that you have stubborn curly hair under the chin, is your goal to be able to comb through easier? Is your goal able to have it look straighter? We have a lot of things you can do. If you want it to look straighter, use heat. If you want it to comb easier, use conditioner in the shower and comb through it. It just kind of depends on specifically what you're looking for. But the good news is, in all those videos, I lay out all the options because, like Chad says, I love the little curls in my beard. 100%, man. It's a personal preference thing. But if you feel like those curls are leading to tangles and snags and premature shedding or breakage, we want to address that problem. So, yeah, really good question. Mayor, will you ever go longer?
The answer is, I would never say no to anything. You never know with me. I try things. I am going to tell you, though, should I go longer, it would probably be more like a temporary thing. I really like the way I look, but I'm always open to try new. It's an experience. So I think someday I may, see what it's like.
Cool. Whatever happened to the apple cider vinegar spray craze they had for your beard? So this one comes down to actually being a type of beard situation. There are beard types that do very well with an apple cider vinegar rinse. I hate that. It's such a long phrase. And it almost has to do with the sebum level, has to do with the structure of the hair. And just to be blunt, it usually fits itself well with beards that are similar to African American beards that are coarse, they're curly, they're really densely packed. That does very well with the pH of an apple cider vinegar rinse. You do need to follow with a conditioner. The amount of a pH hit that gives you is far more than any stripping wash you could have. So you got to balance that pH out again with a conditioner. For my beard, for the mayor's beard, I do not recommend it. That can actually wreck your beard and take layers of hair fibers off. So you just need to be acutely aware of your beard type. And if you guys want to reach out and say, hey, Dan, this is my ethnicity, Dan, this is what my beard looks like. Do you think this would be a good fit? I'll tell you the truth. And that's a topic that a lot of people don't want to approach, right? Oh, did Dan say that this is better for this type of beard? Yeah, I did. And you'll see that when you talk to people, certain things work for certain beards. So the craze was, I believe people learned about it and then they tried it and it wasn't for everyone, so it kind of died away. And
it smells like vinegar, right? It smells like
yeah.
A beard would smell like. There's no way you're getting that out right away.
Yeah, I mean, it does. So I will say it doesn't linger.
Okay, good.
I've done it a couple times, especially when you follow the conditioner. It's just like a crazy stripping wash. And
okay.
It does a few different things. It's more of a clarifying if we're going to get technical on it. it just way too much for my skin and for my beard. I personally don't like it. Same kind of deal, and it's a pain in the butt too. It's the same kind of deal as like a hot oil treatment. Are there beards out there that could do well with a hot oil treatment? Yeah, gray, white, silver beards. Is it worth the hassle? I don't know. You're gonna put all that hot oil in your beard, put a bag around your face, use a blow, like, I don't know. I'm not sure that's worth. What's the lemon's worth the squeeze?
Right.
Is that a proper phrase?
Enough of bang for your buck.
Yeah. Yep. So Michael, reach out to me. One thing that, and people have had given us backlash on this before, which I don't fully understand. It's a no-win situation. We don't like to do recommendations on this show. Monday is, hey, new products, sales, deals. It's definitely product oriented. We do a ton else on there, but I don't want people to feel like, oh man, there was such a great product. I want to buy stuff on Mondays, and then Wednesday, like, oh, it's just hit me over the head again. So we try to stay away from specific recommendations on this channel, or on this show. But Michael, if you reach out to me, man, I would be happy to give you I have one in mind specifically that I would love to recommend for you. All right, let's get back here. The face scrubber you own, are the teeth soft and flexible? Mine are solid and secure. That's why I love them. I would say, Ron, that it's in between. I've actually, since I made that shampoo brush video, I've gotten 2 of them, and my most recent one is my favorite. I'm gonna do something on the video. I don't know if I can do a full YouTube video on it because I just kind of covered the topic, but I've got a new one that's the best I've ever used. So I would say it's in between. They're not plastic, but it's also not like super flexible and soft. Do you have a shampoo brush? Scalp massager?
I don't use it for my scalp, but I do have one. It's like a mat, actually.
Okay.
I have, yeah.
So those ones won't do anything for your beard.
I don't know.
And so people used to ask me about them all the time, and that's what I envisioned. Like those small ones, you know, and I was like, that doesn't do anything. They have these ones that have really like long and strong teeth, and it does make a difference.
What's the advantage of that over like I don't know,
over a comb?
Or yeah, a comb.
It's more gentle.
Okay.
Yeah, more gentle. So just on a more daily basis. Anybody deal with sleep apnea mask? Neither of us do, but
We hear it all the time.
we have a good location where you can find some information.
Commands Corner Facebook group. Every month or so, somebody's asking a question. Hey guys, what do you think about the sleep apnea mask? Definitely a common. It's just like the mask during when we had to wear masks at work. There's no perfect. You're gonna have it over your mouth. So you're going to have it in contact with your beard. So it's all about.
And there's really good recommendations there. I guess there's one, I don't know the specific name, but it's like a nose pillow, they call it, and that actually doesn't go over your mouth.
Oh wow!
And so it doesn't hit your
new.
beard. And I know it works for some type of sleepers, but not for others. But that seems to be like the resounding advice. I think if you guys have recommendations with this, hey Angel, thanks man. If you guys have recommendations for the sleep apnea mask, please let Jesse know in the chat. But I believe it's called a nose pillow, and it just goes over your nose. So
I hope it's called a nose pillow.
I hope so too. If not, they need to. Other than a good beard wash, suggestions for keeping a beard bright. I've heard you say baking soda. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? So, Larry, the only information that I have from that is from George Bruno, the Sultan of Silver, right? A lot of you know him on YouTube. He used to make beard content. He's kind of taken a drastic turn in life, and he makes more like current events, political content now. But his advice is what a lot of people go to. Is what a lot of people go to. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I do know that a lot of his recommendations I disagree on wholeheartedly. So that's one that I kind of stay away from. I know Brian's in the chat, and so he says a purple hair mask works for him. I've also had people that have adamantly told me don't use the purple shampoo for your beard because that's a bronzer toning shampoo. So that one I am okay with saying that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know on that one.
And be careful. Because, how do you get things whiter? There's harsh products. So go slowly with that. Get good advice.
SDZ says wisdom. I wish I could agree with that one, SDC, but to each their own. He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing. So yeah, Larry, I wish I knew more information, man. I believe it will be one in the future.
I mean, he had it in quote. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yep. Purple is the color George Bruno talks about, not a brand. So Leo, purple shampoo is a category of shampoo. That's in the women's hair care industry. You are correct. It's not a brand, but it's a category. If you look up purple shampoo online, you're going to find a vast list of purple shampoos. They all do the same thing. It's an intended purpose.
And what is that?
It's for women that color their hair, and it's to keep certain tones in or out of their hair.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't have a place for it with me. So yeah. Yep. I don't agree with it. Just seems that no SDZ. I agree. Same page, my friend. Same page, my friend. Have you ever pulled hairs? No. You ever? I think that's what he's saying,
mistakenly
right?
in the beginning. I get a couple like right here in this pocket that just seem to want to. They're not sure if they're a mustache hair or just like something else. So I think in the beginning I did, and it's painful and it's damaging. So
you can entirely ruin the hair follicle by pulling it out. Not always. You also can have a greater chance of infection from doing that. So yeah, I don't recommend it. So we all know using the same products over and over again, your body can get used to it. But what about biotin? So biotin is water soluble. So your body does not store biotin. Our fitness gurus out there will understand fat soluble, water soluble. There are certain vitamins and minerals and nutrients that you take in that your body uses what it needs, and then it holds the leftovers. And that's why it's important to cycle through things like steroids. And biotin is not that. You take in your biotin, your body's gonna process what it needs, and then essentially you're gonna urinate out the rest. So biotin, you don't need to change brands, you don't need to cycle. I actually made a video on that. You wanna try to hit your personal max level of biotin a day if you wanna have the fastest growing, healthiest beard possible. Yep. Summer stash growing, that's an I like that. So maybe maintain the beard, but pronounce the stash?
I don't know. I don't feel like I ever really trim the stash that much. I might be surprised though. It might go pretty far, but I feel I don't know.
Yeah, you do regular trims without even thinking about it. Because like the mayor will be like, I haven't trimmed in 2 months. I'm like, you just did 3 days ago. You're like, oh yeah, that one didn't count. So I feel like your mustache grows strong.
Thank you.
I feel like that's got some strong growth. I was on a show a few months ago and had a short mustache due to food. I grew it out and now it's 2 inches long. Let's go, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. I use a cooling towel for heat exhaustion. You definitely are a former swimmer. Picked it up a long time ago. Yep. That's what the divers use. You know, those like chamois ones, and they now make the cooling ones. Yeah. When I think pH, I think pools, and pools are terrible as a spray. Yeah, so that's an interesting one, Anvil. So every single thing that is natural has a pH. Our skin has pH. The water you're drinking has pH. Everything has pH. pH is just the measurable scale. It's how alkaline or how acidic something is. And you can get right in the middle, about 4.5 or so for humans when we're talking about skin and hair. And it's different for different ethnicities, a whole lot of variables there. But if you move one way, you get more alkaline. If you move the other way, you get more acidic. So pH is nothing to be scared of. It's the numbers and how drastic on each side they are that you should be scared of. All right, let's see what else we have here. Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, cool. Michael, reach out. You guys know I love people reaching out. That's a big thing for me. Is there really a big difference with beard conditioner and hair conditioner? Are they not made the same way? Yeah, Jesse. Yeah. Exact thing, crazy segue. The pH level is different. The ingredients are different. The environment is so different. I had someone I actually ended up having to block them on Instagram because they would message me all the time. And it started with my L'Oreal beard oil video that has 3 silicones as the first ingredients. And I'm like, I don't think this belongs in beards for obvious reasons. They were relentless and they're like, this is all garbage. You're just selling stuff. This is the beard industry telling you things aren't true. And it was like every day. And I'm like, okay, hey, I'm not convincing anyone. I'm just sharing my information. Why are you still messaging? Why are you still watching? So I ended up having to block them. And that was their whole concept is the beard industry is just making this stuff to sell it. No. If you guys want to do some research, check out the difference of your sebaceous glands from your beard to your head hair. We got about 5 times more on your head hair.
I usually just go like this.
And you can tell. Yeah.
They're different.
It is.
So maybe they require different products to do their best.
That's actually a great, and some of the guys can't do this right now, so
Right.
you're kind of making them feel bad, but.
But it's all in good spirit.
No, they love being bald and bearded. But no, if you do have head hair, literally just feel your head hair and then feel your beard. Oh yeah, wow, they're different. Feel the skin underneath. Literally feel the skin underneath your head hair on your scalp and then feel underneath your beard. The environments are just different. Now, you have 5 times as many sebaceous glands on your head hair. Your beard hairs are unbelievably more thick and coarse. The pH level is literally different from the skin underneath your beard than your head hair. So you got to develop those products to have the different environments on mind.
And I just learned through making mistakes. I have used beard conditioner for my head hair, and it just is way too softening, and I kind of just had like a dandelion, like it was just like a big puff. Like there was no styling the hair because it was too coated. It was way too much product for the hair. So, I'm kind of one of those learn by experience guys, and I can promise you that's a thing.
Yep. And if you guys go with beard products made by these companies we know and love, they actually care about your beard. It's bad for their business to sell you stuff that's going to be bad for your beard, right? They want your beard to be healthy. They want it to last long. Oftentimes, head hair industry does not. Why? Because there's, 7 billion people on this planet. They can sell to everyone. And if you want to look up another good video, guys, after the stream, look up OGX lawsuit Dancy Bearded. There's a very popular company, Johnson & Johnson, that got sued because they had an ingredient in their head hair shampoos and conditioners that was proven to make hair fall out. They were aware of this and then still continued to sell this OGX line of products. It was making hair fall out. Spoiler, they lost this lawsuit. So, it actually is different. It actually is different. So, great question, Jesse, man. I appreciate that. Yep, absolutely. Greedin, have to find words. You have to find what works for you. Yep, so true. Yeah, it really, really is true on that one. Cool, Ray's going to send in next week. Awesome, man. If someone was to start growing their beard, what would you say are the 3 most important things for them to buy? Beard wash, beard oil, and then some kind of quality tool. And actually, I'll narrow it down. Beard wash, beard oil, and a carbon fiber comb.
Because you can use it like a brush too, in a pinch.
Yep, yeah, a brush is not needed. A brush is never needed.
Nice to have.
There's a lot of stuff that's really nice to have. Beard butter, beard conditioner. There's a lot of things that are nice. But I do believe the necessities, beard wash, beard oil, and a quality comb. I think that's the biggest ones. Truly the biggest ones. So great question, Seth. Once again, I do have a video on the beard essentials. If you want to look that up, and it will go over all those. So yes. All right, so let's see what else. Okay, David said, I just found some knots in my beard, and I'm in the mirror doing split end and knot search. That's a good thing. I like to do that at least once a month or so. What's a bald fade? Do you know this one, Mayor?
Bald fade is when there's, they use a zero blade. Yep. There's no blade, and so you'll see skin, basically.
Yep.
And a fade is a fade. A fade is going to progressively go into thicker and thicker hair.
Yep, so a bald fade is just exactly like the mayor said, progressively getting thicker, longer. Bald fade is you go down to nothing. You go down to a bald. I have a picture on my Instagram from about a year ago where I had a bald fade. So, yep. Awesome. The nose pillow does work rather well. My dad used to use one. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know on that one. It would neutralize any yellowish tones to a cooler tone, if that makes sense. Exactly, Melissa. Yep.
The purple shampoo.
The purple shampoo, yep. And so, Angel, we don't go over specific brands, as we said earlier on the show. So just reach out to me, man. You know where to find me as we go through. My blonde women and my family members love purple stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly, Leo. I would encourage anybody to look at the quality of that recommendation, and I would love for them to form their own opinion. That is one thing I adamantly disagree on. The difference between beard soap and beard wash for new viewers? Yeah, good question, Nicholas. So beard soap is something that is made with lye in the process. And essentially, again, the pH level is your main difference. A beard soap is going to be stripping. If it's an actual real soap, there's not a scientific possibility that it's not stripping. You can make a beard wash with a lower pH level using things like citric acid or different ingredients that can lower the pH in a natural, beautiful way. So yeah, good question, man. Yeah, really, really good question. Yeah, Daddy Kane. Yeah, Jay Cruz. I think he learned it from our group. So yeah, we have. If you go on our Facebook group and you type in sleep apnea, we have one thread that has like 300 comments, something crazy on there. So it's really good. What you said about apple cider vinegar is good advice for a lot of tools and techniques. So true. So true. You got to find what works for you. Have you ever looked into the crazy drinking? There's a lot of stuff that's like a little bit fringe, which is good because that means I have content to go over in the future. I don't know about ions at all. My level of knowledge on ions is like 0.
Charged particles.
Yeah. I don't know what it means for us though.
It's just using like the polarity of the water molecule or to pull up, I think, impurities out. But I don't even know, what is that? What? Like it's just like a water ionizer, so it pulls impurities using essentially the natural magnetic tendency of the molecule.
Interesting. But they have ions on our hair dryers and our heated brushes. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That one, I'm 100% fine with saying I don't have any idea on that, but I will in the future. Can you use beard oil without a beard? Absolutely. Beard oil is fantastic. I don't use lotion at all in my life. It's all beard oil. Literally, when I get out of the shower, it's beard oil all over my body first, and then I go to my beard. So yeah, yes, 100%. I hit 3 months of growth today. Nice. And the beard's finally taking shape. Let's go. 3 months, and you've just recently. Do you want to talk about that kind of like thought and experience where?
Well, there are just breakthrough phases in growing a beard that you have to kind of push through and get to one way or the other, and then you say, I hit that level, and then you're okay, right? And I think that's what James is saying. Like it feels good. Like it's finally paying off. It's harvesting the seed, the crop that you planted in the beard in the beginning.
There you go. After I apply oil, wait 5 minutes, then blow dry and apply butter. Can I use the blow dryer and comb again? Totally personal preference, Justin. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just depends on what you like. All this sleep mask talk brings up a good question. They make nightcaps for women's perms and stuff. Would a beard cap be a good idea? So Anvil, there's many beard caps or beard bonnets out there. For me, I don't think it's a good idea for my beard because to get this thing into a beard cap or a beard bonnet, you're gonna have to move and like tie up or do something to the beard. And for me personally, that's just a step too far. Same for the mayor. I can't really see him putting on a bonnet on your beard.
I feel like I would break out. Like I would get hot and I would sweat too much.
There could be some negative implications.
Elasticity on areas on them. So,
yeah. Yep.
Not for me.
There you go. How do you send in to be on the show next week?
Send them to beardadvicelive@gmail.com and tell us what you're asking. Front picture, side picture.
Awesome. Hey, Dan and Mayor. I'm back. I'm growing my beard, and I decided to dye it grayish beard. I just turned 38 as of yesterday. You men are awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love that. Spiritual Turtle, reach out to me with face wash. And the only reason I say that is because my recommendations would be beard companies, and I would love to give you some ones, man. They're really, 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 really good ones. I'm still on the search. Yeah, the tough thing is there's so much garbage out there with head hair shampoos and conditioners, especially if it's a Procter & Gamble umbrella. In my opinion, they don't care about the quality of their products. From my opinion, in my experience. You got a video for everything. That's my goal, man. Yeah, that's my goal. That's what I'm trying for. I try to have everybody's mind. No, I don't think the mayor's gonna be making a meetup in the end of March in Texas. So no. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man. Yep. Exactly, Leo. And that's what I said there. Soap is made with lye. It's not in the final product, but it does need to be in it to create soap. Like, there's other things out there. There's washes, but to be created as soap. Hey, Dan, my mom had a mass removed from her thyroid today. Seems like she's doing really well. Oh, good, man. Thank you for saying that, Douglas. Yeah, update on Sam, guys. We're still waiting on the endocrinologist now. That's the next step. Unfortunately, thyroid information is a very new thing, right? They're just in the last 2 to 3 years realizing actual evidence. And so finding a good endo is very, very difficult. Many of you have had experience with this for yourself or your family members out there. It requires likely hours of driving and a long wait list. I'm using all of my contacts to try to get in quicker, but it's tough, man. It's tough. What product should I buy so my mustache can look more noticeable? Hey, what's up, Lorenzo? Lorenzo, you need to buy time. You're a very young man. Beard oil, Lorenzo.
Just keep smiling, man.
Yeah, beard oil.
The mustache, don't be in a rut.
Have you had Lorenzo?
Yeah.
Awesome kid.
Don't chase the mustache.
Yep. Mary and Dan, did you ever have patches early in your life? I have to be honest here. No, I did not.
I feel like I have one side that's a little, I would call patchier than the other, but no, I've never really felt like patchiness. My neckline a bit, but maybe, I mean, if you're looking really hard, but
yeah,
I don't think about it much.
I'm at 7.5 months now, and I can finally feel relaxed in how my beard styles and its shape. Nice. Okay, so 7.5 months. Today is my half year. Oh, nice. Very cool. All right, Jesse, take care if you're still out there, guys. Emily, no problem, no problem. We understand, kids. I have a large rotation of oils that have many different carriers. Is it detrimental? No. See, that's, for me personally, I think that's the best thing you can do. All of those different carriers are going to bring different positive traits to your beard. I think that's fantastic. There is no downfall in that whatsoever. What's up, August? All right, guys, any other final questions here for our halftime portion? If you have them, we'll kind of pop back and give you guys some advice as we go through. Oh, yo, it's the guy that knew the other guy that knew the other. Hey, what's up, Chris? Welcome in. I've had the urge to chop the beard off again, powering through it, not doing it. Yeah, you're not alone, man. There's a lot of people that get that urge. What do you think drives that? Why do we see so many people having the urge?
Frustration.
But let me put this in here first. 100% of them regret it afterwards. I've not heard anyone that's shaved and been like, this feels right.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not a part of it because you do really, there are benefits to having a beard, I think.
Yeah.
So why do they do it? Make a mistake. They want to make a big change, I think.
Perfection. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Vital Proteins, that's a really good brand for collagen, for all those things. Yeah, absolutely. Angel, message me, man. We don't give brand recommendations on here, so yes, message me. Yeah, just hang in there, guys. I always regret it. Everyone does. Everyone does. What are we eating and drinking tonight, man?
Code Red, mine's gone. And a Mingy.
Beautiful. All right. Trim 4 inches, we'll never do it again. Everyone, man. Yeah, everyone out there. Yeah, and I would agree with August. I bet you there's trends, right? Top Gun came out. Everybody wanted the mustache. That was the thing, so people chasing different things.
Like summer, you mean?
What's that?
This summer?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was huge. Still is. I actually saw a TikTok on it today. So yeah. Jobs and women, great point. That is a fact. There are definitely a lot that do that. Frustration. Yep. I think it's the law of proportionality. Yeah. I think that causes a lot of it too.
Talking about shaving your beard for a woman, I feel like that's a loss. Like you demonstrate that you're gonna change who you are.
Wow.
And then they don't they ask for things they don't actually want.
Yeah.
Because they want you to be strong about it and just be like, no, this is who I am.
And I know people say that this is from a place of wherever you want, but
Right.
I would say the same for a job.
Mm-hmm.
Shaving your beard to get a job, you got to provide for your family, you got to do what you want to do. But man, this is an abundant world, especially an abundant country right now. And there's so many jobs out there. There's so many opportunities. I could not work at a job where I couldn't be myself. So yeah, I've heard that wait at least a day for every week you've grown it. Yeah, I've heard that. That's a tough one though. I've had a beard for 12 years or so. Break that down into weeks. That's a long wait, but it's definitely, if you can do it, that's a great one. Yeah. Yo, it's dead. Reach out to me. I would love to help you out in recommendations. I recently heard you say that you use a straightener every day. Yes. Is this with a hairdryer routine? Yes. So Jason, message me later. I'll send you a link to my exact routine. If you look up on YouTube, Dancy Bearded, heated brush, and blow dryer, I show you. I use the heated brush on my mustache, my sideburns, and my underlip. Blow dryer and everything else. So yeah. I used to be just the mustache, grew the beard due to COVID and wearing a mask. Yeah, man, there was a lot of beards that came out of that. A lot of beards that came out of that, for sure. 624 days. It's more than that. Weeks, probably. Or is that for you? Yeah, 12 years. I'm not great at math, but that doesn't add up to me. I'll find it.
Better
Cool.
than that. 52. Yeah.
Bad barber experience with my beard about 8 years ago. Yeah, that's another one. We see that far too often on this stream. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Eric? Welcome. Yeah, my beard gets more gumless, dude. That's a fact, Nicholas. Me too, man. That is a fact. But I would say you are be one with the beard. You are the beard, sir.
To me, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yep.
All right, this is Justin S. 5 to 6 inches and healthy. It's thick in the front, but thin on the sides, which may add to my taming issues, split ends, flyaways, etc. And it just doesn't hold throughout the day. First pick after wash was oil. Wow. Was wash and oil. Wow. Before the dryer and round brush to straighten it. One issue I fight is the backline hair in the picture. It curls out after a couple hours. I've tried the round brush and dryer upward. It helps, but won't hold. Any tips or thoughts on that, or how healthy it looks, would be great. Also, is washing your beard twice a day bad for it? I do a wash, oil, and butter at night. Also in the morning because my beard is out of control in the morning. I've heard some say only twice a week.
All right. Justin, great questions, great write-in. We'll take a look at the beard. I want to go over the bottom one here first. Is washing your beard twice a day bad? Yes, it is. Should you go to only twice a week? No. I wash my beard every single day. I believe the mayor washes his beard every single day.
Yes, sir.
But it is a math game. You are essentially, you are introducing a harsher pH level than what your hair is. The more stripping the pH, the more harshness you have. And as you continue to do that, it can break away at the fibers of the hair. A good middle ground is trying to do no more than once a day. So you say that you wash at night, it really doesn't matter. So here would be your routine. One of them should be your wash, and then one of them should be your rinse, where you're just getting wet. There's no problem taking a shower twice. No problem taking a bath twice. No. But you want to try to work out the method for when you wash. I'll give you an example. I go to the gym every morning. I do not wash my beard before the gym because I know I'm going to get sweaty. I know it's going to get nasty, and I'm going to wash afterwards. Is my beard the best in the world in the morning before I wash it? No. But I have to kind of make it work for my schedule. So I would say try not to do more than once a week. Or let me tell you what, try not to do it more than once a day. All right? All right, let's go ahead and check out the beard here, and then we'll come back to the questions. Hey, look at that. Go Lions. Hey, yeah, we finally have a little bit of hope here, man. Awesome. All right, so cool progression here. And then I don't even need to see the questions. I know our advice already. But he says, first pick, okay, got it. Fighting the back line here in the prod. Yeah, all right, Mayor, hit him. What's the advice here, especially over here?
First of all, looking far right, it's a squint test. You have exceptional growers, and then you have your beard. And I think the exceptional growers need to be trimmed back as a transparency trim, and just rock that. Like, great line into the hair. Everything is there. Just that bottom edge needs to be just cleaned up a bit. And I'm not talking the neckline. I'm talking the hangover that you can see. Yeah.
Right here.
Yep.
This is a God of War beard. This is a scuba beard. This is a super simple trim that could actually be done with scissors. Very, very, very easy trim here. It is the epitome of a squint test. Lisa, I didn't see your question. I wasn't ignoring you. Deep questions. Do beards have souls? I don't think the beard is any different than me, so I don't think that it has its own exclusive soul. Like, I don't think my beard weeps when I trim it.
Cheetahs have spots, owls have eyes, men have beards, but beards don't have souls.
Wow.
There's the answer.
Wow. One more time.
Cheetahs have spots, owls have eyes, men have beards, but beards don't have souls.
So what's the premise of that from? Obviously, you ad-lib the end.
It's just like an accessory. It's a very identifiable part of a man.
No, I get that. Is that from a poem or a book or something?
No, I was just thinking about a headband.
Dang, guys.
I was like, how do I put it? How do I express it in a way that what I mean? I mean, could be a huge part of someone's confidence, but it's not its own thing, I think.
Yeah, that's great. SDZ says, unless he's wanting to grow longer. So I do disagree with you on that one, SDZ. I believe that, for me personally, I would like to grow longer, but have it look ideal along the way. I don't think he reaches a goal quicker by leaving this. Because what's likely going to happen is these are going to continue to be longer than the mass of his beard. So I would like to cut it back here and allow the mass to grow together. I am not a fan of big transparency growing around the outside. That is 100% a personal preference thing, though. So for me, I would not recommend that. But if you're a purist and you're like, hey, don't touch it, just let it grow, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. All right, Justin, does my neckline need to be lower on the sides or just go longer? Justin, you are at a point where we can't see. Yeah, I would assume he's got a really low neckline.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's trimmed it up.
No, I mean naturally.
Correct,
I feel like his would go naturally really low here. Justin, if you can do it, if you can get away with it, it's about time to stop touching the neckline. You could leave it even with the mass of the beard if you trim, but I think it's going to be time to let it go. But yeah, I mean, that transparency is real over here. Like, you've got super thick density right here, and it's just kind of hanging on. The only other option I would offer you, if you don't want to trim it, would be to start styling this portion of the beard angular this way with the beard. So you're kind of putting it together and giving it that look with the training over trimming. I wouldn't personally recommend that, but it is another option. Hey, what's up, Papa Bean? Coming to us from a distant time zone, man. Welcome. I'm glad to see you here. So yeah, great beard. Please stop trimming the mustache. Leave the mustache alone. Great fade and transition up here. But for me, in the mayor, I knew exactly where he was going. I think it's clear as day. You do a little trim right there.
It's a strong look.
Yeah, super simple trim. And dude, what a nice God of War look there. What a nice God of War look, for sure. And yeah, if you have any religious or spiritual connection, of course, do you? There's other denominations of Christianity that don't trim their hair as well. So there's definitely some. Yeah, for sure. It's how I do my beard, comb inwards. Yeah, and that's an option. That is definitely an option. For the mustache hairs that get into your mouth, should we keep combing them to the side? Yeah, Juice. So I recommend using a heated brush and brushing it off to the side. I think that would be effective for sure. Gonna be. I didn't want to like say any location or anything, so I just had a distant time zone. Too funny. All right.
Jerry C. From the pictures, I have about 4 to 5 weeks of growth.
Okay.
And I've always rocked a goatee. As you can see, it grows much thicker than everywhere else on my face. I don't mind, and I think it shapes my face well. One concern that I have is trimming my cheek line too far down. I've tried to get a straight line and often get frustrated because it comes out curved and too far down. Also, what do you think of my neckline and sideburns?
Okay.
As for the rest, I think growth will hide the spots that are kind of bare on my cheeks. I have used Fresh Beards Balm to control my flyaways. Those are frustrating too. For I believe they will become more manageable as it gets longer. Is this a true statement? My goal is to get some length and try a medium dovetail beard. Hopefully the wife doesn't give me too much grief. Any other constructive criticism is greatly appreciated and welcomed.
Perfect. 4 to 5 weeks of growth.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
That's good.
Boom. What you got, Mayor, on here on thoughts initial?
Your neckline's been touched. Leave it alone. And that's going to help you. Don't resist the temptation to take it any higher. And the patchiness, give it 4 weeks. And everything else, even if it's not a strong growth area, the other guys are going to cover it. You're growing like maybe 3 weeks. You know?
Yeah, Jerry, I see what you're talking about right here. Dude, as you grow this, it's going to cover it. It is going to really make it fill in well. You have no problems there. Mayor, what do you think about his cheek line?
I wouldn't go any. I mean, if you're adjusting it, don't go any lower.
Yeah.
That's gonna help with the patchiness, bottom line. The higher your cheek line, the more surface area is covered with hair. I think always kind of is a great move for guys who are worried about thickness of the hair on the cheeks.
Yeah, entirely. Sideburns look dialed in. Looks like you got a nice little fade underneath the Oakleys there, so that looks really, really nice as well. And he says, as it grows, do you think that it'll start to cover it? Yes. And then flyaways. He's talking about flyaways. What would be your advice to him as he's clearly concerned about flyaways?
A flyaway is typically just an awkward length for the hair. You just need to wait. The best thing you can do is wait it out until it lays down. It's just typically an awkward length. Give it another week or two and it'll lay back down and sit better. It's, like a teenager. It just stands out because it doesn't know what to do.
And genuinely, Jerry, you are going to be the only person, especially at this length, that will ever notice a flyaway. What you consider to be not perfect is just part of a beard. Especially at this early stage, a beard will teach you patience. Literally will teach you patience, right? Looks like you have a very purposeful style with your head hair that's easy to control with products. And then when you go with the beard, you're like, I don't know like what I can do with this and this. Man, we don't see it. I have no concept of where your flyaways would even be. Okay, so he says, frustrated. Okay, got that. Manageable. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, all right. Anything else as far as some advice or constructive criticism? He wants, and when he says a dovetail, it's going to be kind of similar to your style of beard. So as he's going for it, what would you tell him right now?
Definitely, you're gonna go through the under the bottom lip flyaways.
It's getting there.
You're gonna have that moment, but if you want a good dovetail, you want to have as much coverage in that area as possible. So you cannot touch that. You have to go through that awkward phase until exactly what I was talking about with the flyaways. It begins to lay down eventually. It's gonna look a little weird for a while.
So I'll throw one more
Don't worry
at you
about it.
because I think this is a key point when someone's growing out their beard. And everyone pay attention here if you're on the early stages or going to regrow at some point. This is such an important topic. His beard right now looks fantastic. And it's still curving to his face. If you notice the side shot here, it is wrapping under the chin. If you want an actual dovetail, if you want to get to the mayor's peak beard where he's on that journey and he's like right there, what would be your advice of when to transition from going into the neck and when to do that, and then how to transition to getting out to that dovetail, to getting that ledge that we talk about?
All right, so that's driven by the growth at the front of the beard. The dovetail, ducktail, or whatever you're trying to get to, I think an easy way is to just focus on never, ever, ever touching the front, anywhere in the goatee area, typically. You may need to thin out in the corner of your mouth sometimes, but everything else is adjusting and balancing to that, and and the look will stay pretty good. Using clippers with a guard to take a little volume out as you continue to let that front drive. That's where you want the mass, like the most hair, because that's how you get to that style.
Yep. My only one that uses hair clips for the mustache when eating. I do not. I don't think I could live that one down. Sam would probably never forgive me for that one. Hey Dan, thanks for the video on the round blow dryer brush. It's helped very much with the dips. Hey, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's the best one that I have found yet. I was very happy with those attachments. Good price, Amazon. Awesome. Guys, great questions, great comments in the chat. Keep chopping it up and chatting with each other. Comparing the head hair is a good example. The head hair has grown for years. It grows in its shape. A beard hair grows in. It's got to learn. Oh, so true. Yeah, and man, it's been a long time, but I do adamantly remember going from having a just meticulous head hair style, similar like the mayor has, and I could control my head hair every day. I knew exactly what I could do for my head hair. Then as you're in the growing phase of your beard, it's just not possible. In your eyes, in your own worst critic, you're going to see imperfections with your beard. And at any given point, there's not usually a dang thing you can do about it. And it taught me to be okay with that. But it was such a weird transition from my immaculate dialed in head hair. It really was transformative for me. And so, yeah. Do you experience any difference with your head hair and your beard? at all, or not really because you're so dialed in with the beard?
As far as how they,
How it styles, like how you feel about it on like a day-to-day basis?
I would say that I got really good at my beard through this, just being part of this
Yeah.
show, and then I applied it to my head hair. You know, and I really started watching the minutia, the little details of head hair, and it ended up like leveling that up too. And then I applied that to other things. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a super
Attention to detail.
a super unique route, but so true.
Yeah.
That is interesting. And then your head hair, yeah, is perfect and immaculate. And you learned about heat from your beard and learned about product. Interesting.
Just basically, I was like just blowing off so many little things that make fine tuning details that make it better.
Yeah. Look at that. Hey, Grouse, look at you helped out. He said, I'm going to give it a try. I don't know why I thought about that. That's super cool, man. Keep throwing ideas out there, guys. Literally, you might help somebody out there. That is awesome. Really, really cool. All right. Let's see. We might have one more. That might have been the last one. Oh, yeah, we got one more.
That's Cassandra. I want to know what advice you have to fill up my beard. It's patchy and also uneven when it grows. I want it to be even, neat, organized, not everywhere like you can see in the picture. All right.
There you go. And Nicholas, I have a Babyliss blow dryer. I have.
And you are using that. That's like your go-to.
Yes.
You've always had that, right?
So not originally. Originally, I had a cheap like $25 hair dryer, and I didn't think it was good quality. It wasn't getting the job done quick enough or well enough. So Sam and I were like, "Hey, this is actually for both of us." We bought, I think it was like $125 Babyliss. Never looked back. The amount of difference between that $20 hair dryer and the $120 hair dryer, massive. Had different heat settings, different blower settings, had the cold shot. Could not imagine doing my beard without the cold shot anymore. So yeah, I use a Babyliss. Now I actually have two of them. The second one they sent me, but again, I found the brand by purchasing it myself and loving it. So yeah, good question. Okay.
Overall, general kind of like, how do I get this under control question.
Okay, let's take a look.
All right.
All right, so he is looking for some advice on controlling the beard. What I'll start off by saying is, I think your beard looks fantastically controlled. Same kind of advice as the last one. I don't know where you would dial this in more, right? And we do want to be 100% honest and transparent here. Your beard is a different texture and structure than my beard, right? My beard grows relatively wavy and kind of soft curls. Your beard's going to be much more curly. So oftentimes, certain aspects of advice may not be transferable, right? If you see a beard like mine, I immediately, if you're saying how do you control it, use heat. But oftentimes, beards of this structure and texture, heat isn't always the first or best option. It can kind of seem unnatural. So, and I'm gonna let the mayor take it wherever he wants, but my advice right now is just good, healthy habits. Use good beard oil. You're getting to the point where you can start using some beard butter. Make sure you're using a good comb, a Chicago comb, carbon fiber comb. I think it looks great, and I don't even know where I would say to dial it in at.
This is you're kind of at one of those breakthrough points, I think, where you're going from like the stubble to a beard, right? Full beard. And so zoom out as much as you can and give it another like month or two so that you're gonna fill in and then you can start to look at maybe cleaning up some outer edges. But I highly suggest you don't touch anything because this is like what we were just talking about, that phase where it's going from one type of beard to another and it just never feels right.
Yeah, and it's early, man. Keep growing, keep us updated. If you have questions, let us know. But I think it looks fantastic, and you have the coverage to have a very strong beard. Yep, a really, really strong beard. And Eric is beyond right here. We are our own worst critics. There's no doubt. And man, Eric, that's really poetic, man. You said that very, very well. We are our own worst critics. That doesn't mean that there's not room for advice and growth. But we also are too hard on ourselves. And I love that you put that in there about I think we say we're our own worst critics at all times. And I think that can be misconstrued of saying like, hey, we shouldn't ask for help. We shouldn't ask for advice. No. There's definitely room for advice and growth for all of us. But we don't need to be too hard on us. Yep. Too hard
There
on
truly
us.
is something about the journey of for me, where I grew confidence and just how my beard looked and owning what I wanted. All of a sudden, that confidence was part of who I was.
For sure.
Again, it's there's a connection there. The further we get into this, the more I firmly believe there is like a primal connection between growing a beard and, for some men, masculinity and the ability to kind of reach their full potential in some cases. Not for everybody, but I think it can do that because obviously I feel like it has for me.
For sure. Jason, cool, man. It's his friend from work that sent in. And G Hunt said, heat will work. I'm an African American, and for shorter hair, heat worked for me. And that's a good point. Shorter hair, especially, I could see that having some control there. Oftentimes, African American guys, as the beard gets longer, they don't like it to be too straight. And there are some that definitely like it. Just usually, with my experience that I've seen, it's not as common. But being on the early stages, I think that is a really good point there. So thank you, G, for sending that out there. Awesome, beautiful. Keep us posted, man. Keep us posted. We'd love to see that.
Yeah, I love it.
Very cool. And then I love this comment here from Juice. Just wanted to say that the tips on this channel are legit. I was skeptical at first, like most guys are, but doing this stuff and routine is night and day. Whether it's oil brushing, it works. And I know that I'm gonna take a picture of this because I've been bouncing this idea around lately. I know there's a video topic in that, but I gotta find the right polish to deliver it. And this is what I mean by that. As men, we have been, and women, anybody, but we've been beaten down over our lives. We've been scammed. We've been taken advantage of. We have bought things and regretted things. We've all been through that. And we almost put up this wall of protection, and we want to assume that everything is a scam. Everything is a gain. If there's money involved, somebody's taking advantage of it. And no doubt that happens. And when you come to a channel like this and I'm saying, hey, try this tool. This product can really help you out. Especially as men when we're not raised with those things, right? I don't know a guy personally that was raised with advice on how to take care of their beards. I wasn't. The mayor wasn't. Most of you were not. If you were, that's so dang cool. My kids will be. My boys will grow up knowing how to take care of themselves. Like I said, I talked about it recently. I didn't know how to use body wash. I wasn't taught even about simple things. And so we do oftentimes go in apprehensively, and oftentimes we believe, hey, this is a bunch of hooey. He's just trying to make money. He's going too deep. He's worse than my girlfriend, right? And why do I know that? Because I get those comments every day. Lots and lots of them. But oftentimes, people that leave those comments, it'll sit, it'll linger, they'll have a bad beard day, and in their own privacy, they'll try something, and then it works. And then they come back and say, hey, man, I'm so sorry.
Well, I'll be.
I'm so sorry.
But that's such a common cycle for guys.
It really
That's
is.
probably how it happens most of the time. It's too bad.
Yeah,
It's too bad it has to be such a dance, but
And it's a weird spot for me, if I can just be transparent and vulnerable for a second. It's a weird spot for me when I'm creating this stuff. I know that's the fence that's up. I know that I'm delivering information that can genuinely help people, but I also know that people are defensive to receive the information. And so that is, man, that is such a big thing. Yeah.
I can remember doing that about things. I just didn't either. I was tired. I didn't want to look dumb. Probably all that.
Right. And guys, we have something built into us too that it's cool not to try. I don't.
Safe.
Yeah, it's
not
safe.
necessarily cool, but it's safe.
Yeah, what is? I mean, think about like high school.
And nobody's gonna say anything. Which the thing is, like, what I've learned is, so you stick your neck out and you look stupid, and someone says something, and then the universe moves on.
Right.
It doesn't even matter.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But we don't think about that. No, we think about the moment.
You have to experience it a few times. You have to. That's what confidence is experience of those moments that you pushed through it and made it, and then you know you can do it again. Again.
Yep. David, I do. My buddy J-Mo. So I do have a video, and essentially that's what it was, hey, man, I am not an African-American. I don't have that type of hair. I don't have those things, and there are some different approaches, and he's a good buddy of mine, and he has that video laid out exactly for that one. Yep. I'll never forget the first time I used beard butter. I couldn't believe it. That's another one, man. People will say things like, does it really make that much of a difference? Yes. Yes, it does.
I
it
still
does.
today have to. All right, I'm a science teacher and I'm very into art for some reason, or music, whatever. Those are my two big things, and I still today have to at least. I always only change one thing at a time, so I can say, why does my beard feel great? And then I look at what was the variable, what was the butter I tried, what's the technique, and I've just continued to do that, and then honestly applied it to a lot of different things in life.
Yeah, but I gotta find the right angle to make that video because I want guys to come in giving it a chance. And I know it's not gonna reach everybody. I know it's not gonna make the biggest difference ever.
It's like let your guard down.
Yeah,
or something like just
it's
jump.
okay to try. It's okay to put yourself out there. And
I bet you won't, like a challenge.
Right.
Like challenge them. I bet you won't,
Right. Maybe I list the companies that have satisfaction guarantees. Something like that, where they try it, and if you don't like it, you get your money back. Something along those lines, because it's a vast majority of us men that are like, I don't want to believe this. And think about me, guys. I'm talking about, hey, take your girlfriend's blow dryer, use it on your beard. What? Put oil in your beard. What? Right? Use these things. What? Like that is mind-boggling. But now, it's not even a thought. I use a blow dryer every day. It's not even a thought.
Right.
I'm not. But it's crazy journey when you think about it. I was on someone else's channel and they mentioned Dan. I decided to hop over, and it was so much more drawn to his channel. Hey man, thank you. I appreciate that. And I try to do that. Like, I'm a guy's guy, right? I can talk sports with you. I can talk barbecue with you. I can go out. I can go work out with you. I'll beat you in most sports. I'm a guy's guy, but I'm also kind. I'm also caring. I'm also, I like to go over detailed topics. So I try to balance all those things, and I hope it's like a perfect storm of allowing people to come in. You know, I don't want to be too far in any direction.
It's a rare thing, really.
Yeah.
To be able to lead, but also connect.
I love it.
In a way.
I love it. I love it. That's what it's all about. I've been on board for a few months now. Finally feel like I started seeing the benefits. That's awesome. Yeah, and you're right, dude. Nothing's overnight either, right? There's certain things like beard butter where you feel it, but that takes a while.
That's a lesson.
Right.
Getting through the time before you get paid at all. You know, it's with a beard. It's those riding that phase out and just kind of not looking your favorite self pays off.
So true.
Then you get to one day you're at that next level with the beard.
And it does take time for all of this, right? People will say, it's one of my worst phrases, like in our group or anywhere. I try to blow dryer and I hate it. Man, you can't judge it on that first use.
You had an experience with it that wasn't good.
Right, because you didn't know what you were doing yet. Mm-hmm. Trial and error, practice. It makes all the difference in the world.
Man, there's some deep stuff here, but it's
for sure.
Like that's the thing.
It's real.
Because the whole head game of growing a beard and changing your look is fresh with me still.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that is such a roadblock for so many guys.
Yeah. And I love that. Proper homies here. Love that, man. Thank you, Juice. That's awesome. And Big Daddy Kane, this is interesting. I actually thought about that today. He says, it's all good intentions on this channel. It's a great break from all the political channels you subscribe to. So I follow other channels too. I follow, there's a channel called Audit the Auditors, and these people that like have police interactions and they analyze it. I follow a channel that breaks down current events with both sides of the aisle. I follow sports channels. If you go through the comment sections on those, they are repulsively toxic. And then I'm over here, and I have a couple people like make negative videos about me, a couple negative comments here and there, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine being on those controversial channels. Like, nothing I do is controversial. Like, I'm telling you how to take care of your hair, you know? And then I think about on those channels, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it. Like, yeah, I don't know how you do that, man. I couldn't do it. Advice here, hey, thank you, Papa Bean, I appreciate that. Community is amazing. It truly is. And we are here for each other. There is no judgment. This show is evidence of that. This show is, I can put myself out there. I can ask a question. I don't have to feel dumb. I know I'm not going to be persecuted for it. It really is. Yeah, it really is.
You know, the community here, what you just described of being honest and saying that has changed the man that I am over these years. The way that it felt when I first just kind of started opening up and just owning what I felt.
Yeah.
Transformative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy.
Oh, and Lance says, I found it on accident for a way to get my beard to stop itching. And that ain't no accident. I make videos to find you. That was purposeful. And this is another perfect example. Her husband, Garrett, buddy of ours, he started watching the channel, started talking about this. And Melissa kind of came in like, hey, what is this? What is this oil stuff? And
let's not do any damage. Let's make sure these guys are gonna hurt anything.
Right. And especially being someone in the hair care industry. And then she started watching, and she's like, I actually like this. This is cool. Now she's probably pushing Garrett with this stuff more than himself, which is so cool. I'll see her in chats. It's like, Garrett, you got to get this oil. I'm like, that's amazing. And Leo says it's tough. You have to ask yourself to think if you're being pushed to something or shown something. Ooh, yeah. I like that, Leo. And I also like the difference. I personally like to live by, this is when I make a video, this is my frame of reference always. I am never trying to convince, I'm always trying to convey. And what I mean by that is I'm not trying to change any of your minds. I'm just trying to give you food for thought.
Informing, not forming.
Ooh, I like that.
Right?
And as teachers, I think that we were naturally trained for that. We were not trying to form our students in any way, as much as like media and stuff would like to insinuate things. We are trying to inform and not form. I like that. But for me, when I start a video, when I plan a video, I literally say, I'm not convincing anyone of anything. I'm just trying to convey my experience, my perspective. If that works for you and you agree, awesome. If you disagree, that's awesome too. That's why you don't see me argue with people in the comments. If I make a video on a product that I know personally is bad for me, and I also know that it's bad for everybody else based on the ingredients, and someone says, hey, that's the best thing I've ever used, I say, hey, thank you for sharing. Like, that's awesome. Like, I'm not going to argue with anybody. So I'm big on convey over convince. And I think the world would be a better place if almost every aspect we tried to do that. Like, I don't need to convince anybody of anything. I just need to convey my thoughts and who I am. So yeah,
it's freeing when you kind of don't need anything from you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then we can just talk.
Right, because then the outcome of my video is dependent on other people. The outcome of my video is not dependent on anybody. It's on me. I'm telling you my experience and my thoughts. End of story. I'm not trying to tally how many people I convinced. You know? Dang, that's a good line. That is a good line. I like that. The outcome of my video is not dependent on other people. Woo! Woo! I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, man. Changing my life around. Shoot. Hey, JT Steve, there are so many of us that can relate to that on a massive level. And mine was not just this last year. The mayor had a lot of change in the last year, but for me, it was when I first started. Yeah, but it was like, I started taking care of this. I'm like, hey, what am I using on my head? What about my body wash? What about my water intake? What vitamins should I be taking?
Ridiculously easy little changes that add up to an entirely different person that you're more proud of.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yep. I'll beat you in most sports, G, man. You meant sports video games. No, I meant most sports. We got over 100 people in here. You throw the sport down, I'll take most of you in any of them. There's not many sports that I'm not adequate at.
It's because you have fun. I always have fun with most of them. So and then you just start applying principles of
for sure. And I have the advantage of the water, right? Most people will be like, okay, I can play football, I can play baseball, all this stuff. You step in my world, there's very few people that can tangle in the water. That's my world. So yeah, stop just letting your beard grow and decide to grow your beard. That's good. That's good.
The difference between passive and active.
Yeah, I like that, TJ. I like that. Hey, what's up, Donald? Welcome.
I mean, that again applies to everything.
Can you trim your cheek and still get length? Yeah, your cheek has very little dependence on your length. Your cheek is only going to get a little long. It just mainly is about how it looks up here. So for sure. Yep. Dan, you do have a list. Yeah, no doubt. They can keep their list. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Hey, thank you, Melissa. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm too busy to watch the news. Literally. I don't care what news broadcast you watch. I don't care what's that. I'm just too busy. I don't have time for that.
And I will say that I value my mood too much to watch the news. I value you can do that. Like I tell the kids in class, I'm like, something happens, but you can still control a little bit about how it impacts you.
Yeah, I know that game it's like a casino, right? They do certain sounds, they do certain visuals to draw you in and make you addicted. The news is no different.
Oh.
The apps on your phone are no different. All of that stuff is about controlling. Come across very educated. Hey, thank you. Yep.
Awesome.
And that's the man. I'm acutely aware of trying not to be pushy or salesy, because once you start doing that, you get the opposite of anything that you want. Convey over convince. Thank you. Yep, I appreciate that. Yeah. Confidence growing a beard. Hey, man, absolutely. What vitamins do you take? Brandon, I got a video on that. Just look up Dancy bearded vitamins. It's a pretty decent long list, so I wouldn't be able to just run all over those. Positivity breeds positivity. Yep. Let's go bowling. Oh, okay, all right. Touche, Garrett. You got me on that one. Okay, I'll give you that.
Took him a while. Think of it.
I'm getting through the comments slow.
No, not you. Well, the sport. Like, I still haven't figured out which one I would drop out there because we'd be doing it before I left. And
I will. If I go bowling in a competition, I'm going to throw 120. If you can get better than that, you got me.
110 is always a good game for me.
Same. I'm right in that same range. If I
straight
hit
balls, because you can't let me start trying to throw my little curve. It's not consistent
Dude,
enough.
Same. I'll hit one.
I love it.
That's
it's
like
fun.
beautiful.
And yeah, that's almost better than a good score.
Yep. Thank you, Leo. I've learned to consider my beard in regard to your voice. I don't have your length, density, or texture. Absolutely. But we can all agree that there are best practices that are for every single type of beard. There's best practices, and then there's variable practices. That's another good. Oh, that's a good quote there. I like that one. Best practices versus variable practices.
Well, and variable practices is almost like I'll tell you, if you're not testing something or have in your head like, what is this, or how do I, at all times with your beard, if you're not constantly like, thinking, what if I did this, then you're not having fun with it, because it is kind of fun to learn, and that's the science in me. That's the science guy, but I'm always like, wondering for this, what's the cause of this effect? And so I'll throw things in all the time.
Yeah. I'll repeat something I said on the first stream of yours when I was live. You would so love Ted Lasso. You are the Ted Lasso of beards. That's funny. Sam and I just talked about that like this week, and I think we would really enjoy the show. I really do, but I believe it's on Apple TV, so I got to do like my free 3-month Apple TV. I know we got a guy. Okay. We got a guy. So, yeah. Not watching the news could be a side benefit of no longer teaching history. Yeah, luckily I taught ancient world history, so the news had no impact on that.
No Sumerians. Like,
no
attacks like 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. No, in the dojo. Maybe the dojo. Volleyball. I am an absolute massive beast of volleyball, to the point when I was in high school, I petitioned to the school board to have a male volleyball team. I would play volleyball every summer. I'll leave it at that. I had some past relationships in life that were kind of predicated on volleyball. I'm a beast at volleyball. Ice hockey, solid. Yeah, solid. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Dan, how long is the hair next to your ears? So it right now is long because I am waiting on a haircut. Don't judge me, guys. But
like a four guard. Like
right now, probably a 4. I usually keep it at a 2 and 3 guard. So yeah, 2 or 3 guard there. I'm the high school record holder. Wow, yeah, you got me, Garrett. You will definitely beat me in. You will definitely beat me there. You hit, I'll set. I love it, man. Yeah, I can play libero. I can play set. I can play center. I can do it all in volleyball. I love volleyball. I love it. But no, I will never ever have 298 in a bowling game. No chance, no how. Yeah. You tell the mayor has a science background, always testing and changing variables to get the best result. Ooh, that's a beautiful way of saying all the things that he's always messing around with. Time to play pool?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Solid at billiards. Solid. I listened to an entire Joe Rogan podcast about billiards, so I'm pretty much a professional.
That'll do it.
How long is your mustache? Really long. Like, let me find my mustache hairs here. Like, really, really long. Probably, I'm still pulling from the mustache, guys.
Nice, man. Nice. Wow.
It's still going.
Wow.
So, yeah. I'm still going, guys.
He's got like one hair, though.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yep. That's the beauty of the lazy walrus, though.
That's a TikTok.
I think I can still go far. Let's see how far I go. Okay. I think I'm close to the edge. Yeah, so I'm out here, guys.
I trimmed mine like right here.
Yeah. Clip it?
All right, there you
No
go.
way.
There you go.
No way. I love it.
That'll be a good picture.
Yeah, I love it. So cool. The sad walrus? No, it's the lazy walrus.
No, he's not sad. He's happy. He
No,
had
I
a big
think
day.
somebody said that in a previous stream by mistake. It was the joke. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, my mustache is real long. Sam said it. Yeah, that's what it was. Eric, you're right. It was a review.
She would too.
Yeah, it was a review, and I was like, yeah, my mustache style. She was like, the sad walrus. And I was like, oh gosh, she killed me, man. Oh goodness. Tip: listen to Dan. He hasn't changed or sold out for financial reasons. I'm so glad these guys are the same as ever. Thank you, Vinny G. He is an OG. Vinny G is, I believe, a double-digit subscriber. He's the first 99 subscribers. Oh, it's real close to there. I remember Vinny G with his massive weight loss transformation, his life turnaround, straight up inspiration from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an OG days there for sure. Yeah, she did say it in a video. Dang her. If you guys missed Sam C, Friday, she's in the review video. The entire video, you guys. So you got to catch Sam C. She'll give an update on her thyroid stuff. She'll give an update on her Beauty and the Beard shop. The mayor actually got to see it. He's the only other human than me and our family to see the shop. So it's new and improved, and it's
amazing.
awesome. It's really cool.
I'm excited for you guys to get to share it whenever you're ready.
Yeah, she like cried the other day in it. She was so happy to like have a place of her own that she can decorate. She kind of like inherited it before, and then now it is all hers. So yes, walkthrough we will. Sam is holding off all like revealing of it until it's all fully decorated and stuff. But definitely we will have some kind of walkthrough. I tread lightly with that stuff. I don't ever want to come across as like braggadocious. I don't want people to be like, oh, Dan's showing off his new stuff. So I just got to find the right way. The right way to do that would be kind of the best way I would say it. If you ever get a chance to do a meetup with Dan and the mayor, you'll find that they're saying, hey, thank you, Jay.
Poor Jay was next to me. Last one I probably got a little weird. I'm like throwing like, what's your favorite social and why?
Yeah.
Top 3 reasons. I don't know. I just love the stuff.
Yeah.
I know he's active in it. So
Yep.
I had an opportunity. I'm going to ask questions.
So true. Saturday, guys, Lansing, Michigan, 12 to 5. I'll be a judge at a beard competition here. And rather be doing some, absolutely. I love that song. I just put it on my story yesterday, Erica. You probably saw that. All right, guys, final question. Can we get the mayor on a Monday? No, the Monday is just me. If you've ever noticed on Mondays, I've never had another guest on. But you can find the mayor close to Mondays, which is a perfect segue to get out of here.
Sunday night, Beyond Bearded, I host a podcast, a local, it's turned into a local guy that is typically doing a profession that is interesting or something I don't know about, or a person who has a hobby or interest that I would love for you to share. Beyond Bearded, 8 o'clock Eastern on Sunday nights. Watch it live if you want to be a part of the chat. Watch it afterwards if you don't. I think it's great. I think that it's what we do as men. We work, we contribute to our communities, and we talk about it on the show.
I love it. Juice, Greg, I'll consider it for the competition. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if there's an opening for me to do either or both of those. All right, guys and girls out there, please have a fantastic night. Review video Friday morning. The mayor on Sunday. Video on Sunday. We keep it rolling. Check out Command's Corner on Facebook. Everybody,